important things are about to be said. I'm Primo Kimo. This is Tiny Spam Banshee, even tinier Pokey. This is Reseller News Now at 1 p.m. on Saturday. Welcome, everybody. I don't like to start off too heavy, but according to Wikipedia, Skynet is an artificial neural network-based conscious group mind and artificial intelligence, super intelligence system. That's bad. That's according to Wikipedia. So you can see the title of this episode is eBay equals Skynet. Skynet. I'm Ron Burgundy. So, yeah, I thought it was very important to address this. I was just watching Kevin Stoic Resellers video today, and I'm like, holy cow, he's talking about apocalypse. And he's just talking about his ideas about the future and stuff, and I'm saying, holy cow, are we all going to die soon? And is eBay going to kill us all? And I think the answer is yes. It will eventually gain full, what's be-binking? I don't like to hear be-binking when I didn't mean to be-bink. Oh, I'm going to turn off that noise too, by the way, if you don't mind. I'll turn off that low little noise. How is everybody doing after the weekend? Let's see who's in the corner right now. Aloha, Callie Debs. How was your weekend? We were thinking about you. I see Carl and Amy, and I see Biff, and he's going to get his reseller news now. If you consider eBay being Skynet news, some people will. Some people are like, adoy. Of course it is. Patricia is here. We'll be driving and listening. Aloha, Patricia. Paul Rose is here from England. We've got Silver Hair Stacker Todd. Aloha, howdy. I see Motorcycle Dork, Intergalactic Microsystems, Carla Olson, Genia. Oh my gosh, Major Win is here, obviously, because he gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much. And I'm sure Patricia is now a member. Nice. Patricia will get to see all that secret content that I put back. And she won't be offended by any of it because I didn't do any of the, the joke that I really like. That I don't do that anymore. So not even behind the stage, I don't even do that. So Dragu Arts was also given a gift membership by Major Win. Again, sorry if I didn't. I think I was like Ginia is as a new gifted member. Patricia, Dragu Artworks, Pensacola Flipper, and usually there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was everybody. That was 5. Oh, Don Flippin with 3 Ps. Welcome to the membership area of our channel, courtesy of Major Win, who is awesome. I hope you guys all had a great weekend. Anybody else here we need to say hello to in the meantime? No, that's everybody. We'll say hello. No, 6x6. Also a member. There's a lot of green up here on this chat. We don't want to leave anybody out, but also you got to be. Motorcycle Dorf is DEFCON 1. He has self-subscribed to the membership area, chat area, deal. Feel free to help yourself to those emojis. I can make 3 more. I should do that at some time, although we have been busy. I will tell you right now, the state of eBay currently is very, very strong. I have literally nothing to complain about, but I'm going to complain about it for you guys because you gals. Do you mind if I call you guys, but I include the word gals? Does everybody feel included? Like we're in 1970s, like a rodeo or something. All the gals and dudes. My aunt used to call people gals. She did a lot of gals. So is gals appropriate new thing? I mean, is it okay currently in the social construct that we are now all abiding by? I don't hear anybody say gals is bad. So I'm going with gals. And I do like a good rodeo from time to time. So I glitching. That seems to be very much in season right now over at the eBay. And I am referencing, oh boy, both of the anecdotal information from you guys out there. I know Hayfro's basically, I think he's injured, but he also is not happy with eBay. I know a lot of you guys aren't having strong sales currently. Ever since the beginning of March, we have enjoyed substantially good sales, and they seem to only get better as we have been emboldened by the sales. We have really positive. We've stayed positive about it, and therefore put in more time and had a very, I don't know if this is how you do it, but I'm saying that if there's a way to do it, positivity goes a long way is my point. Doesn't solve all problems for sure. But we have, because we've been positive and had a good experience in the past almost 2 months now, we are very much, and I did see Josh Galt saying that March was awesome, April was not. But for us, we have very much enjoyed it, and we have stayed on point. Listing and loving on eBay. So really a lot of loving on it. And is that what's paying off? Is it all just luck? Are we in the A testing and we're in the B, now we're in the A's, and we're just having a good time right now, and it's all going to come crashing down probably. But for now, we celebrate. We celebrate the name eBay. Paul Rose is saying sales sketchy overall. One great day last week, one good, 3-0, rest poor. I'm just going to say that we actually in 2 days, for the first time in more than a year, didn't go that far back. I only checked 4 blocks of 3 months each, and then I stopped looking. We have never had a zero sale. We have never been without a zero sales day in a 30-day period in at least a year, probably. I can't remember the last time we've had a continuous 30 days of sales every day. We are 3 days away from achieving that. Maybe 2, depending on how you count it. We're just going to say 30-day sales, but eBay does give you 31 days. So we'll go for that whole 31 days. We are about to hit a record of 30 days without a missed day of sales. There's got to be a less clumsy way of saying that, but that's okay. You understand what I'm saying? So, sweetie, can you give me a virtual pat on the back for that? Sorry, I come towards you. There we go. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Callie Deb says, celebration of life was beautiful, and my niece got proposed to all in the same weekend. Hugs. I hope, I can't imagine the weather wasn't cooperating with you in LA. It never rains there, apparently. Except for this year where it's rained a whole bunch and people have gotten washed away. But hopefully it was a lovely weekend to celebrate both your sister and your niece. So congratulations for your niece. Carla Olson is very happy about her gift. Yes, woo. Cornhusker Picker, aloha everyone. Genia, it's going to take me a second to say that. Genia, also thanking Major Win for the gift. 6x6, greeting fellow members only. Major Win, Primo Kimo, can you totally change the membership? You can totally change the membership icons, and our vote is for some Hawaiian shirts. Oh, so you're saying the little stars, I can change those? Or the other ones with like Pokey and stuff. Can I change these little stars? Maybe I can change the little stars. Okay, I'll look into that. Yes, that is an awesome idea. I love that idea. Look into Hawaiian shirts. And I've done that on my website that is not running right now because WordPress changed. It ran till about a year ago, and then WordPress changed their whole thing. This is what I was talking about with Basket Noodle, actually. How WordPress every once in a while goes to a different PHP form, and they can't update your old site. That means you have to rebuild it. I haven't in a year because I just don't have time. But what we did was on my cartoon character of me looking like Top Cat, leaning on, instead of a trash can, on a tiki. I took pictures of my Hawaiian shirts and plastered them on my cartoon body. So every like 10 seconds, the shirt would change. So I still have all those images of that, and I can easily use those for, I've probably got several dozen of these things I'll turn into icons, if possible. Thank you for that suggestion. I appreciate that. Oh, Jen, I see you're here as well. Welcome, Jen, JRKR. People saying hi to Motorcycle Dork. Thank you for lots of emotions over the weekend. Callie says, I'm ready to start working more again. I had a couple of very good Etsy sales. Yeah, so let's just real quickly go back to, because that reminds me to go back to the newsy parts. Here's the Terminator Wikipedia I was reading. Here is, this is sort of why I was saying that, because eBay stock rises as analyst turns super bullish on generative AI potential at eBay. So the word on the street as of the 18th of April is that eBay stock gained in trading last Thursday following a double upgrade from analysts at Morgan Stanley, who see e-commerce company benefiting from AI tools enabled on its marketplace. So what that means is people have two thumbs up instead of just one for eBay, because it's double. That's right. Double Kronos. And so once they're bullish, it's an underweight rating. These are all words that I don't know, I'm not familiar with, but I've heard them before. But they're just saying that people are going to start dumping some money into eBay. So if you are someone investing, this would be something to look into. Maybe you want to invest into eBay. At the same time, down further in this stock, this is from, or in this article, this is from investors.com is where I'm reading this. eBay AI in listings. They launched a tool called Magical Listings that auto-populated text in, that's kind of good. It's not really that great. We believe eBay is positioned to capture upside from generative AI in 2024 to the extent its seller-focused features drive listing velocity and quality. I'm not sure exactly if that's true, but if you say so. The pictures, I think the pictures will benefit greatly. I don't think the descriptions necessarily benefit. In fact, I was looking for, Terapeak has been down this weekend. That's one of the glitches, and I use that a lot. So that was kind of annoying. But I was looking up about a week ago, a VCR, top-loading VCR. It's a Betamax, but it's called a VCR 4000 Magnavox, and it's Beta Cord. So Magnavox and Sony actually got into a legal dispute about that. But Magnavox put out some Beta Cords, but it's Betamax. So this listing had an AI title for sure. This machine is black. It was like the first words. So we know that that's AI, because no human would write that. So in the article it says this is the model is VCR 4000, even though it plays Betamax, and it said this machine can play both Betamax and VCR tapes. It's got one thing, and the tapes don't fit in there. So be concerned, very concerned over your AI descriptions. However, they do exist, and they may be good for some things. But you have to read them for yourselves. eBay stock is over 12%, up 12% this year, better than expected fourth quarter earnings. Boo, because we didn't earn more in the fourth quarter. Last year, eBay stock gained 5% compared to a 24% increase in the S&P. That doesn't sound that great. But then they cut some people, and then they did these other things, and then there's Temu is mentioned in here. Now, here's interesting. Etsy stock downgraded. So we wonder what exactly that's all about. More words in here. Morgan Stanley. If they cut their price target for Etsy to 55 from 64. It's currently sitting at 67.34. So that's going to be I don't invest in this stuff, so I don't know. I don't have anything involved in here. No skin in this game per se. So we will not worry about that. So now if I go back to the places where we get a lot of our information, both e-commerce bites and value-added resources, you'll see what everybody was talking about this weekend about the wrong addresses, or last week, I guess. eBay told sellers to ship to wrong addresses for nearly 2 weeks. And then maybe things were getting canceled even after they were shipped. You know, we haven't had any of that happen, so we're not going to even have an emotion about that. If it happened to us, I'd be, lighting my hair on fire and jumping off the bridge. Ooh, I shouldn't say that, because emulation is like a thing people are doing now. I wouldn't do it over eBay, though. But what I would say is that it's just not happening to us. We're not noticing it. We are noticing glitchiness. Especially this weekend, I noticed a lot of going to, well, first of all, Terapeak was pretty much down. You had to keep trying to use it over and over to get anywhere, and sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't. And also, a lot of like the upstream error and it's not you, it's me type, those errors, just a lot. But as soon as you refreshed it, it would work again. But it was just like a lot of sort of ongoing errors that I'd have to refresh. So nothing major, nothing horrible. But as I watch other people, I know that both Josh and James have been for the past few weeks occasionally kicked out of listing things. And apparently there was buyers that were actually kicked out of buying things. Showing, let's see. Buyers, we're sold the thing, and then eBay and the thing, and then something else happened. And then alert seller of UPS. Nope, that's old. There was an article about, maybe it is in value added, where eBay glitch blocks buyers from purchases in error. And they actually show a picture. Well, you can choose that as one of your tick boxes. And, that's kind of like a way that a database can get messed up, is if it's not reading that tick box, or if it's reading it incorrectly. Usually just to reset the database fixes that. But this is what they're getting. Sorry, you are not allowed to purchase this item. This item only available to buyers who have not purchased one or more items from the seller in the past 10 days. Why you'd want to limit that, it kind of escapes me. I'm sure there's a purpose and a good reason why you'd want to do that in certain cases. But I kind of encourage everyone to buy as many items from me all at once, or spread over time, or who cares when. Just buy my stuff. Right? Is that our motto? Just buy our stuff? Damn it. Just buy our stuff.
I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
For not buying our stuff. What did you want to say something?
Oh, well, remember we were thinking that
maybe who?
Nervous is that there is no customer service.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, so and then that's sort of like that ties up our theme for today. There's a lot of there's a lot of increased anxiety in the reseller community, mostly from the last year of some crap, some growing pains, if we were going to use the nicest of terms. And I feel like we've sort of gained some traction here, and we've got the floor, but not everyone's feeling that, and I understand that. But as we're seeing all these glitches and all these things, I think it's really raising a general anxiety in the resellers, especially in eBay, because that's the platform I know well. We don't, or at least we have a feeling that we don't have anybody to call. At least if we knew that we could call and make contact with humans. Now, our experience in the past month I've had 2 occasions in which to call eBay. Both times were picked up by a person, and there was no problem getting a hold of anybody. So what were those things? Were those important things? I can't remember now. What were they for, sweetie? Do you remember?
What was that?
Why I called eBay in the past month? I called twice, maybe even month and a half. But what were they? Do you remember? One was about a return. One was about that Charlie's Angels desk phone speaker thing, and that was somebody out of town, and we found I sent it to
And then the guy that
a freight forwarder, and they were like, "You don't have to do anything else. There's nothing else you can do. It goes to a freight forwarder. They've lost their ability to file a claim, and you're off the hook." So that was one thing.
and the CED, the charge.
And the CED guy, where I called them because somebody did a chargeback. They told us, "Don't worry about it. You're totally protected with this chargeback. You don't have to do anything. Don't even, in fact, just ignore it." I'm like, "Well, you told me about it." And then I felt I had to call in just to let them know the story that the guy, it's total BS, that the guy had contacted me multiple times about this item, purchased the item, left me positive feedback, and then for some reason decided to do a chargeback. So, and this guy is like a leader in the community that worships these CEDs, the video discs. So I don't know what happened there, but anyway, I felt like I needed to go out on the ledge, rope, something. I had to go out there and tell eBay that I know that the guy is full of it. And they said, "Don't tell us that. There's nothing you can do." So anyway, I've gotten through. So I'm still feeling probably that eBay is responsive. I hope it's mostly, it's AI for the most part. I have been able to file, bad buyer, complaints. I'm trusting that all this is working at this point, but we shall see. So back to the chat. We're at 106. We're exactly 15 minutes behind, which is where I like it. That's how I like my chats. Let's see. Motorcycle Dork said, "I couldn't figure out how to do it on my phone, so I had to do it on the computer." Motorcycle Dork, are you talking about your video, which, by the way, was a super cool video? Go watch Motorcycles Dork video from, like Friday or last week sometime, where he actually showed how his impressions and page views dropped precipitously, and he was comparing year over year, and it was really an impressive. I thought it was a really shocking and impressive video, and he had his printouts, as he called them, spread over his desk, and these are actually handwritten printouts. So you print them out manually out of your hand. But I thought they actually really very well expressed. Very easy to understand his point, and probably maybe even easier than doing fancy graphics on the screen. So go check that out.
Signing up for membership, I think. He couldn't do that through his phone.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Apparently, right, iPhones, you can't do it through iPhones or something. There's some weirdness to the membership, but thank you very much, Motorcycle Dork, for being a member. And if you guys want to be a member, there's multiple levels of membership, but everybody gets the same access to stuff. So the way I structured it is you don't pay more to get more. You just pay the amount of money that you want to pay or can pay. So, and if you can't pay, I'm sure that Motorcycle Dork would be happy. Major Win would be happy to give you a membership. At some point, just stick around long enough, you'll get a membership, I'm sure. Let's see. 6x6 said pardoners because he's a cowboy. Jen is saying my sales are better, thankfully. Yes, that's what we do want to hear. Oh, and then you answered that it's something, I think the iPhone doesn't allow it. Genia was saying Terapeak was a mess this weekend. Yes, and I rely on it really a lot. I realize that. I found it was a little easier to work if I changed to the last 6 months, which, by the way, are probably the only the only way to use Terapeak right now, because prices have changed so much that if you look at all 3 years, you won't get an accurate depiction of prices. So my current way to use Terapeak is at most 6 months. So I do try. That's what I try to do. Let's see. Paul Rose says, should be working, but I need therapy. So this is my time out from the glitch today. Back to listing when it finishes 8 p.m. UK time. Right. So that's 3. Right. So you're exactly 5 hours. 5 hours ahead. Callie Debs is saying, my vintage stuff is selling, but resets are necessary. Yes. So that's what we sell almost exclusively. 99% of our items are vintage and hard goods, not soft goods. And they are, I mean, I gotta say, it feels like they're flying out the door. Are they flying? I mean, we're getting cha-chings, a lot of cha-chings. And we're also selling on Marketplace, which helps the wallet, which helps everything feel better. The circle of life and family of trust, the circle of trust is when the wallet is full, so is my heart. And my friend who I traded my Rolls Royce to, basically traded him. It's a long story, but the Rolls Royce is essentially got traded and prepaid a whole bunch of stuff. So really I'll end up making a lot more than the Rolls Royce is worth, but I have to sell the stuff, but that's okay because that's what I do for a living. So it was a great deal for me. And then he traded the Rolls Royce for a 1984 Porsche 928 S4. Can I hear it, people? And because it's my friend, I get to borrow it. Hopefully. Yesterday, I couldn't drive it, though, because he said no. But that's only because it needs a timing chain. And you don't want to mess with an old Porsche. You gotta get the timing chain done. But I will do some videos with some old cars at some point, I think is an important thing to say. And those videos will be, well, right now I'm releasing like the vlogs, which we didn't do one for tomorrow. Although we could do one today. I think we're going to do what Biff Boffo said, and we're probably just going to go through some records just to see if we have any gems in the record department. Biff Boffo says, I am exceeding expectations on eBay right now. Every month has been an improvement since September. For us, every month has been an improvement since March, and I'm taking that for sure. Biff Boffo is saying 30 days plus 7.5%, 90 days plus 15%, 180 days, 17.9%. It is 64 degrees, 1:28 p.m. on the East Coast. That's some good. That is some very friendly numbers. I'm glad for you, Biff. We don't look at our numbers like that because we like to operate on the force over here. And as long as I can go to Costco when I need to, I can purchase stupid things on eBay, tiny little dumb things that make me happy. That's how we tell if we're doing right. Also, there was a time when we used to be able to save money. We're not there yet. So the increase in sales and the stability in sales has not led to a overwhelming ability to. I haven't booked a trip to Hawaii yet. When we do, you'll be the first to know. And that will be truly we're out of the eBay recession from the last year. There was a recession. They recessed us. We went to recess. We were recessed. Basket noodle, aloha, olehoha. Welcome, B-Nudes. Jen, all you can do is work hard and hope for the sales will be good. Yep, for sure. And something I don't think I'm just gonna steal it from Flippin' Ain't Easy. If you like our video, maybe I'll get a sale. No, for sure you will. I like their confidence. Do that. But also, I think if you have a good attitude, even if your sales suck, at least you have a good attitude about it. I do think that it's really difficult. The past year has been very difficult for us too, I mean, even though we're super stupid happy, there's a drag on the happy machine, and I think that when you start to see just get some roll, and that doesn't seem to end because we're putting in the effort and listing new, fresh to the market, awesome collectible sell-through rate stuff. Yeah, we're feeling good about eBay now, right this second. It's please don't hold me against it. That notion might change. I am totally expect it to, but it hasn't yet. So yay. Major Win said when we met with our tax guy, he said that our sales for last year were actually up 30% in both gross and net. Sure, surprise to me, and that's awesome. And that's what happens. Because we do tend to, not all of us, but those of us who tend to just, plug on, we're soldiering through, not checking our numbers every day because, it really is a feeling. I mean, one of the cool things about working for yourself is it makes you feel good. You don't have to suck up any caca emotions or any. Well, you do have to suck them up technically, but you don't have to go into work and someone bugs you. That was my point. I don't really know how that fits into this conversation, but that's why I don't work for somebody else, because I can't go to work. I can't smell somebody. I can't listen to them chortle or, I'm not good. I'm not good in the office environment. I'm just not. I don't care if I smell or if I'm chortling over here, but if somebody else does it, that's it, right? Sweetie, you made a noise. Out of my office. No, you can stay. Pokey out of here. Somebody's got to pay the price. Am I right? Somebody's got to pay. Let's see. Tim Halcom. Welcome. 30 days, no whammies. Are you also on the 30-day train, Biff? That is sweet. That is sweet. Anybody else on a train where even if your sales are down, you're noticing every day sales are more consistent across or smeared out better, maybe? Because that's just not, even back before last April, we just did not have, we had a down day a week. That was just normal. Never had a problem with it. Just like which day is going to be a 0 day. It's okay. We don't have any problem. And we're about to hit the first time in year. At least. I only looked back for a year. I'm going to say years because I don't remember another one. She doesn't remember anything. I know that. I know. I'm like, is she going to say something now? No. Not about memory. She had early Alzheimer's when she was born. That's how early it was. Sold nothing yesterday, Paul, on Sunday. That used to be one of the best days. We're having weekends are strong up in the USA. Let's see. Smash that like button. And Major Win is saying the stars. Those are gonna be changed to shirts.
If we can, we'll figure it out.
He just said, "Yep, the stars can be changed," and I said that, like 20 minutes ago. I'm just here to sweetboard leg 6x6. Paul Rose, I did have some extreme low ballers, but I just couldn't do it. Not on mint 40-year-old rare items. No, don't. We've been taking offers. We've been having that 30% off sale. That seems to really be moving stuff. I'm not taking low ball offers, but I'm taking move item offers. I can get more inventory. We have years worth of inventory. It's just time to make these things move. And I've been doing a really intense dive into Terapeak and really seeing because the numbers, the value of items has changed. Like I'm used to items being a certain price for 20 years. They really didn't change that much. Do they go up a little bit? Yes. Do they go down a little bit? Usually the stuff I'm selling, Star Wars figures, AFX cars, 45 records, comic books definitely have gone down. Most everything else is stable or rises very slowly over a long period of time. Comic books, I think probably trading cards have gone down a little bit since the pandemic. But a lot of the other things like VCRs and electronics, CD drives from the 80s and stuff, those things are actually starting to increase again. They used to be worth, like, something that might have been worth 120 is now worth 90 and starting to go back up again. So, but I think it's really important to check out Terapeak and look at that 6-month, if not 90 days, 6-month term, because looking back at 3 years makes me want to charge too much for items. Let's see. Freya's here. Aloha, Freya. Basket Noodles updates to TurdPress are usually pretty seamless, especially if I keep up with them. It's plugins I found. Yeah, the plugins all break. And then, so I'm sitting on, I think when they went to 8.0, to PHP 8.0, you couldn't take your 7 up to 8, unless, Basket Noodle, they charge you $5 a month maintenance. So yes, you can have your old clunky PHP, but they charge you $5 a month for something. I don't remember what it's for. So for like 2 years, I paid them $120 to do that because I was too lazy to go fix my site. And that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. I don't want to do that. That's why I'm just going to pay them $30 a month over at Shopify, because I don't really need to run a static web page too much. But I do have endless storage on DreamHost, which I've been a member of for so many years, that I have like terabytes and terabytes of data I can transfer. So anyway, I guess I'll probably stick with them for now. Oh, and also breaking news. From Biff Boffo, West Coast correspondent to Reseller News Now, the listing quality report has returned. Yay! Which is a handy little item. I think I might have seen it like a week ago, maybe. It was sort of like coming and going a little bit, but that's a totally useful item. You know, that's the listing quality. Is that the one that ranks you?
Yeah.
That's the ranker one, which is good. And I know if I go look at that, I'll see that I have risen in the ranks, because like 45s are leaving every day. Like it's just every day. And these are the same. What's interesting is when you get sales like this and you know it's normal, you remember this is the same stuff that was there last year at this time. So it's the same items, and then now they just sell because they're letting me sell them. Let's see. Boop, boop. eBay rolls out more transparency into media outlets that nobody reads, and then they do sellers on the platform every day. Wait, no. eBay rolls out more transparency to media outlets that nobody reads than they do to sellers on the platform every day. Yes, that's true. I mean, because what they're doing is, it's never been more clear that we are the customer, and I mean, we know that. We've talked about it multiple times. Everybody else talks about it too, and it's not an even deal. We're not partners with eBay for sure. We are customers. I feel a little more partnery when my wallet gets money in it. But I actually, I did transfer the money instantly again. And we have to stop doing that. Look, we are a cautionary tale. $600 in instant transfers last year between our two accounts. $600 that I would rather have to spend on a delicious meal of food, or several, or one really good one. Am I right? Like Nobu or somewhere. I spent our Nobu money on instant transfers, and it wasn't that satisfying. Yes, I got the money right away, but I could have waited a day. I get scared though. That's how I get emotional. I get scared that the money is in eBay. And I'm just like, I don't want it to sit there. I don't trust them. I got to get it over here as quickly as possible. But it is instant. It's also kind of a fun little thing where you're like, transfer the money, and it's like, pwing. It's in, like the bank sends us the text. It's like we won our own money. Let's see. Oh, where's Darth Ritter today? Oh, look, it's Polish Pete is here. Polish Pete is angry at AI. King AI. You will smash them. Glorified text generator. Yeah, that is what, I mean, that's what it is for that. Does it, I think the coolest part of AI for the business of eBay is customer service, is back dealing with us, sorting out our customer service issues and everything. That's really where the AI win is for eBay. And I think that's what the business people are looking at. They're like, okay, so they can reduce their workforce. And so that's good to business investors. And I think it is true that they should be able to do most of their business with AI. Not all of it. Some of it, like scammers and stuff still are going to have to be addressed on a case-by-case basis. But I guess, neural net learning computer will eventually catch up to the scammers too. Still requires software engineers to set the AI and train it properly. Am I right? Probably. I'm probably close to right, at least. Paul Rose says, basket noodle, sorry, we're not allowed to sell nuclear vessels on the platform. No, you're not. I'm glad something worked out for you, Motorcycle Dorothy. Oh, Patricia, what did he say? I got to go find it. Okay, after cranking my PLS promoted listing standard on the 16th, I sold 21 items in the last 7 days for $3,687. This tells me you can pay to have your items seen, and the economy may not be. I don't think the economy is to blame. You can go watch Stoic Reseller's video that he put out today. He's pretty concerned about the economy. I don't see the economy. I see macroeconomics as the rich are currently getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, and the middle class is getting squeezed, which we are in. But currently, we're not in the squeezy part. So we're squirting out over the size of the trash compactor of the squeeze. We've leaked over the side currently, so we're not getting the full squeeze. That's how I'm looking at it. So I'm saying that depends on where you are in the trash compactor, how you feel about the economy. But currently, not feeling that squeeze. Paying the money for gas, paying the money for groceries. We notice it. We notice it, but not so far. Not hurting. And when you are able to move that amount of items and for that amount of money, I think that speaks to the fact that it's also not the economy. People are riding motorcycles. They got to get them fixed because that's what you sell, man. That's what they need. So I think it has much more to do with the time of year and the fact that you got exposure. So maybe promoted listings is working. We don't promote listings at all. Except on our second store.
But he's paying up to 28%.
Well, that sounds absurd, but I'm assuming that you're on dynamic. Are you dynamicing that?
He's doing suggested plus 10%.
Yeah. So there's nothing I can say that would ever. I have no critique on that. I think it's. Personally, I think it's excessive. It's excessive to be requested of you to do that, for you to feel you have to do that. But that you are getting, I mean, I would definitely, scale that back if you continue to enjoy consistent sales. Just slowly scale it back until you see, that's what I would do. But in the sense that I know how, I don't want to use the word, desperate is not a good word, but I feel like in your particular case, because you are facing a hard moving date and all these things, that you will try a lot more things to move your product.
Oh yeah, don't mess with it through the summer.
Well, yes, I wouldn't mess with it till you're noticing consistency over, like a month. Then I would try to recoup some of your promoted listing investment. Just scale it back to see if they were happy with your. I mean, 28% is a big number, plus the 12% that you're due. So let's see. So if it's 12. Say 12.5. Let's roll it out to 12. And then plus 28. That's like 40. I got it. 40, that's 40%. So I can see that working especially if you haven't had sales, in my own personal world, I would pay 40% if I just needed to get that, if I need to get the traction, if I need to get the ball rolling. Yes. Then scale it back. That's just what I would do. But I'm really happy to see those numbers coming out of you. Does that sound gross? Yeah. I didn't hear you because I was cheering.
Number 1 and 2.
Number 1 and I like to see number 1 and 2 coming out of you. That's what she said. I didn't say that. Basket Noodle is quoting Chekhov invest in the way. If you trust those people, if you trust them, vessels. Paul Rose just got out of interest. What PL rates did you use? That's conversation. eBay rolls out the transparency. Paul Rose, I got something worked out for you, motorcycle dork. Me too. Sometimes you just need to get the ball rolling. The traction, losing an extra 20% on an item is not the worst thing in the world. I wouldn't make a business model out of it, but for sure, sometimes you do that. You got to go to, Filene's basement. This is Motorcycle Dork's basement. You got to start there and you got to get that traction, and then you start doing some other stuff. And mostly you got to sell everything because you don't want to move it, because that's important. You can't spell INAD without AI. Biff Boff. Basket Noodle going to apply Serious AO to Etsy and rename the platform Etsy. I'm Ron Burgundy. Sean Riddle, aloha. The only good news would be eBay increasing its buyer base. Bouillabaisse. Oh, nice bouillabaisse would be good, huh? Fish soup. You like that, right? No, I don't like bouillabaisse. I've made it before. It's kind of a fun, community project. But then you start cooking clams in the shell and then I'm like, that's not right. I don't know where those shells have been. They've been in the ocean. You know what the ocean is? Fish toilet. No. Motorcycle Dirk, while sales have increased, profit margins, well, of course, yes, I see that, have decreased. But if I have to pay a ridiculous amount of promotion to actually sell them, that proves it's not my items, my listings, or the economy. Yep. I think I just totally said that myself, and we're in agreement there. But you do have to have those items seen one way or another. Patricia, it happened to someone who is usually here. Oh, what is she saying? I don't know. Dang. Basket Noodle, I should be scared of Temu, and you should too. I once had one of them things in my toilet right before I sat down. It almost bit me, the Temu. Yes. We don't have a rattlesnake thing. We need a rattlesnake. This would be a perfect place to put in a rattlesnake sound effect. But we don't have one.
Not even close, bud.
Yeah, that's not it. But, Temu. Whatevs. I do know a friend of mine who will never advertise with Temu again. Will never take advertising from Temu again, I should say. When you ask my dad what's wrong, he always says, "Oh, nothing trivial." That is funny. I love that. Let's see. We've got Josh Galt is here. 119 to 150. Now we're a half hour behind. Weekend was a complete disaster. There is an alert on my phone. A disaster alert? Sickening and nonstop. Ready to open another store and start all over. That sucks, Josh. I do not like to hear that. But everything just fell. But I would. There's something to be said for that. There's something to be said for opening a new store, because our new store, which is 2 years old now, has much more fluidity. It's structured differently. It has different benefits.
More the recent.
Like recent advancements in eBay don't exist on our old store. And I do think there is a little bit of oh, thank you for being a member of eBay for 24 years. Thank you for your whatever they say. And they do say it. And I kind of appreciate, I like that they're saying that to me, but maybe I shouldn't, because it's really, I think they actually hold it against you for having a store, an older store in good standing. That's a personal feeling. Maybe they think you're old, and and the new crew will. I don't know, but I do have the sneaky feeling like older stores actually get not as good of a deal, because our new store seems to really be responsive. If we do good things with it, it seems to just sell stuff. Unfortunately, we use it for our junk, so maybe that's not exactly right. And Josh is one of the people who was having tremendous. Now, he lists a lot, and he lists at different times of the day. And I remember he was having a lot of glitchy stuff at night. And maybe we determined at nighttime it was glitchier for whatever reason. Not sure why. Mike Seller, aloha. Let's see. Major Win was saying hi to Josh, but he's already gone because we're a half hour behind, and whoever would have thought. Josh said, Amy, it was from the address thing. Those impacted have alert 15629 or whatever the number is, and the product and tech team are looking at these accounts. The address thing, so Josh had some of the addresses that were sent out to the wrong places, must be. Well, we got the notification, but we don't do. Oh no, that was the. That was the USPS one, and we did get the notification for that. Yet we don't do. What's the thing called? Calculated shipping. Hydrate, everybody. Hydrate. Hello, hydrate. Let's see. Amy says, thank you for sharing. I hope it gets worked out and quick. Josh says, they are randomly canceling orders while they sort it out. Completely killed me this weekend. That's some bullshit. I'm just going to say that. I don't understand how that helps anybody, canceling the orders in mid-route. Is that the easy? So pretend you're eBay. I guess they're not going to make Josh take anything back. Wherever the product goes, I guess it just ends up wherever it is. They refund the buyer. So they're taking responsibility, but I'm not sure I totally comprehend why canceling the item in route is helpful to anybody. And is it possible that, in fact, it's going to make more problems for sellers as they try to sort it out? Can people leave negative feedback for you now? Anything? I know eBay will take care of it, but there's the time period from when they identify an issue to when they fix the issue. A lot of negative stuff can happen in a short period of time, like take your whole store down to Chinatown. And that's what I'm wondering. I'm conspiracizing that it could really screw up your numbers and therefore affect you in a negative way before they're able to put a fix into place. That's what I'm saying. Roman, I saw you, and then the whole thing jumped. So far, I'm not doing well. Okay. No, I don't know where I'm at. Did Major Win give 5 new memberships?
Yeah.
What the heck is happening?
Wait. Flipping it easy.
Wait, hold on. I do. I see everybody. I see it. I see it all happening here. I'm talking too much, and I'm not talking enough. Gotta run, everybody. I'm moody today. Oh, Josh. Well, we love you, brother Josh, and that sucks. But we're here. We're supportive. We had a great weekend. So somebody had a good weekend. I mean, it does kind of help sometimes, but not really. Everybody's saying bye-bye to Josh. And then Motorcycle Dork, if you don't mind, can you say what you're promoting at? And I think he did already, of course. There is John.
Flipping ain't easy. Poo-poo platter.
I'm sorry, John, I won't terrorize you with the poo-poo platter for too much longer. I still get a little kick out of it, so I just have to use it until I'm done with it. Hello, Spam and chat. Working through the eBay issues as always, and still making money. Hope you guys are doing the same. Yes, we're doing very well, and I don't know why. That's all I have to say about that. We are working eBay. We are working very hard at eBay currently. When I say working very hard, I would say that out of the past 12 months, we're working as hard as ever. Right? When was the last time we worked this hard? Meaning like 12-hour days, like really just hitting it hard. I mean, it's been a while. Like last June, like when we had our best June ever. And that could be true. Because what we found we did find, and I'll get on with the chat and I'll start tangenting so much. We found that we've been very, I personally know I've been shell shocked. So that's the best way I could decide how to sort of explain how I felt. I just wanted to do the same thing incrementally, do the nuclear reset since October. Add the same sort of amount of items. Don't make the store too much bigger or too much smaller. Put in exactly the same items. Again, do the reset every single day religiously. And to keep the momentum from not trying to build on anything, just to keep it stable. That didn't happen until February. So I kept trying to do that. Didn't try to change anything for months and months. Did okay for Christmas, but absolutely nowhere close to the year before. January sucked. February was okay. Halfway through February, we started to see a little bit of a interesting little ting. And then March, we blew up to last year's numbers, and April, the same thing. We are pretty much not flat for the entire year, just for the month of March and April. I think March we were technically 2% down over last year, but that's equal. That's just a very welcome equality there. So, Basket saying chargebacks at eBay are a breeze. Merchant account is painful. 70% gone right from word go without responding to it. Yes, same with PayPal. PayPal was kind of painful with the chargebacks. They would hold your money immediately. So if one of our biggest chargebacks was for the $4,000 chairs, and the guy kept the chairs, did a chargeback, and I called the cops on him from Vermont. I called Napa police or whatever to go have a visit with him. Anyway, needless to say, I got the money back. But they held that money in PayPal. So $4,000 was just like whop. So that means, okay, you hold that money, but now I've got to make another $4,000 in PayPal in order to make $1 to take out and use. So that was always the bummer of chargebacks. Which yes, eBay, it's totally painless. Jovial Juggler, aloha. Josh Galt, Moody would be putting it mildly. Hang in there. Hope it all works out for you ASAP. Yes, we're all behind Josh for sure. And for Motorcycle Dork, he has actually turned his frown upside down. That's awesome. I'm gonna jump a little bit because I gotta get. Flippin' Ain't Easy says you have to take care of yourself first, Paul Rose. We'll see you on the next one. Hi, glad to see you. I have to miss tonight's stream. Okay, promotion ending at midnight. Yes, take care of you. Put on your oxygen mask first, is what I like to say. Callie says, I'm glad I was busy the whole weekend. eBay didn't bother me because I was out of mind. Yes, but you did enjoy your Etsy sale, so we celebrate those. So now we finally gotten down to 126. So we're only 34 minutes behind in the chat. Pretty awesome, right? So thank you very much to Major Win, who has gifted 5 more Primo Kimo memberships to Landshart Picker, Javi, Caspa Coin, Dampen. I can't even guess what that is. Cameron Regan and Indoor Feral. These are some names. Welcome to the membership. Thank you very much for joining us. Boom, boom. I'm gonna jump down a little bit. Okay, so Roman, I said hello to Roman. I know he says I have my own personal drivers also. This must have been referring back to the cars when I was talking about cars. I do not. I've never had a personal driver. I kind of wanted one. Like I was like, wouldn't that be cool to have a driver? But Rolls Royces are made to be Bentleys are made to be driven by the owner. Rolls Royces are supposed to be driven by a driver, but I never did that. My name is James, though, and occasionally I can put on a show for his hat, and someone can say, hello, James. Pardon me, do you have any Grey Poupon? Always had a little jar of Grey Poupon just for the gig. Ryan is late, how dare you? But I'm late getting to that comment, so that kind of reverses it. So you're fine. Amy, I bought 3 figurines this weekend. I'm psyched. Sales are going. 15 orders out the door today. That's great. Awesome. Curious Collection. Weekend sales are good here, but got a negative. Boo. And platform issues. Another day in reselling. Another reason why.
Flipping ain't easy.
And I'm not trying to give John a hard time, but sometimes I get just such a chuckle out of my fellow YouTubers, and we watch shows religiously. And he was trying to remember Curious Collections.
No, that was Josh Gall.
Oh, that was Josh Gall. Sorry, John. Almost pulled you into there. But Josh was trying to remember your name and called you Curious Couple. And I was laughing out loud. So LMAFO, etc. And all those things. It was funny. But we watch you too, and sorry to hear that. And I know that you're not doing a daily, but we did enjoy it when you were doing daily vlogs. But we understand that very much how difficult that is. And if you're not enjoying your what you're vlogging, then forget about it. I say, Dendigore Depot, aloha. Checking late, had a decent, strong weekend. I think things are slowly righting themselves. That is what we are experiencing. And I guess it depends on what we've been highly demotivated and aggravated over the last year. I still say that we lost half our income, which may be more like a third of our income, with the same amount of work as last year. Now we have to put in more work to achieve more. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Doodaloo, doodaloo, doodaloo. Some things will never change. I need that in here. That's just the way it is. So I never have to hear me sing it again. I don't know why I like that song. That's just the way it is. Who was that? Nick Crenshaw? That's just the way it is. Way it is. Who knows that? Oh, right. If I have this here, I can see the new stuff just pop in case people do answer that stuff. Oh, I feel like I have the most verbose chat in the history of YouTube. Although I watch,
You are the most verbose.
I'm the most verbose chat answerer.
So you left off on Mike Seller. Had a very good weekend.
Had a very good weekend. Okay. B Nudes. I just saw news the other day. Vinyl is now outselling CDs. I think that's a couple years old, actually. But it is continuing, and CDs are being discontinued very, very much. Mike Seller, it is sure is for me. Any type of picker. I work for eBay and love it. Let me go restart the server.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me.
Yes. You can go shake it. You know when you reset the servers and it goes, you turn them upside down? That's how you reset the servers in cow country. Let's see. Den Decor, haven't had a 0 day since January. That's awesome. But they're totally normal for us to have 0 days. I'm just shocked that we're almost at 30 days without a 0. That is not normal. So I feel like that is what we're looking for.
It is I, James.
And James streaked through here earlier. If you noticed a naked man running through our chat, that was James. And let's see. Polish Pete, 194 days since last 0 day sales. That's awesome. Yes, that is awesome. Oh, Basket Noodle says, when I was a kid, me and my bestie raced slot cars for hours and hours on end listings to Arios. So I wonder why he's saying on end listening. So because I'm a lister on eBay, I got stuck on that comment, and it says, me and my bestie race slot cars for hours and hours on end, listening to REO, Speedwagon, Foghat, Blue Oyster Cult, etc. And I saw end listing instead of hours on end listening. I saw end listing because my brain just cannot get out of eBay. James says, not sure if eBay is up to something again, but AI just had an unbranded generic looking purse taken down as high risk of not authentic. Never had this one before. That is another thing that it's doing. So AI is looking at things, not just writing things, but they're looking at things. The main point, I think, still is that they are going to do more and more AI and get rid of more and more humans at eBay. That's got to be their long-term strategy.
What?
Right? More and more AI, less and less people working at the company.
I think you first said it reverse, but that's fine.
But what I mean is what I mean. So don't listen to what I say. What I mean, it can be totally opposite of what I say. But I just think that I'm the king of eBay. I'm like, we don't need all these people. Let's put in more GPUs. And
Well,
let's
in that market report, they were saying part of it is because that they're gaining in the market is because they let go of a lot of people. Too.
that letting go of 1/10 of their workforce, and I think they positioned it as because they are doing such great things with AI, and that's what's making Wall Street double bullish on eBay currently. So that's something. Roman says, Callie Debs, I am not a happy camper either. Josh told me that he will fire me if I restart eBay server. Well, are you just in charge of the foreign eBay servers, the one right on the border of Canada? That's the one that goes moo. That's the moo one that Roman's in charge of. Basket Noodle is going back. I can't catch up now. About the shared or virtual private server VPS unlimited bandwidth is horse farts. Yes, it is. I have like petabytes of free data transfer. I mean, it just doesn't go fast. You have to pay for it to go fast. But I don't have to ever pay for data storage. Oh, look at that. Jet Fixer is here. Happy anniversary to Jamie. Can you believe it will be 4 magical innovation years on April 27th? No, I can't. But I will say that if the captain has to go down with his ship and the ship is currently upright, he doesn't totally suck. Yay, Jamie. I did that to sort of balance out the applause. So Biff says, the LQR ranks you in your niche. It's a favorite motivational tool because my goal is total domination. And it absolutely should be. It should be. That's what we should be trying to do is just take over the entire eBay platform. And I know we're never close, but we have been like 51, things like that. That makes us feel good. When there's like 17,000 other people. Basket Noodle saying AI feeding a bounded AI is going to have some quirks come up. Yeah. I think they're going to, they're training it over the years, but I'm sure they're trying to trim down their workforce even more. Dendecor does daily payouts is good enough for me. Yes, I know Dendecor Depot. I'm saying I can wait till tomorrow. I can get it for free. Just do it tomorrow. But for some reason, last year, because we needed the money and because I just felt more comfortable having the money, I got into a routine where I just did a instant transfer in $650 when we did our taxes. Spent $650. We could add up that and figure out how much money I sent with it at 1.5%. $650. That is approximately $240 million. That's how much we made last year on eBay. And we still complain. Let's see here. Full-Time Flipper Podcast. What's up, everybody? What's up is I'm exactly 1/2 hour behind on the chat. No, because then they'd be green. Unless they did. No, that was flipping with the 3-piece. 3P flipping.
Yeah, my eyesight sucks.
That's okay. That's okay, sweetie. We still love you over here. We support you and love you. WTF is in the house. Welcome, WTF. Oops, that's bad. No. So long. Farewell. That's Austrian, though. They're in Austria. We have those guys over here. The Trapp Family Lodge is here in Stowe. When they moved from Austria and fled Austria to come to the United States, they're like landed about 40 miles away from us over here. The youngest little girl died maybe within the past 10 years. Gretchen or something?
No, it was like 2 years ago or something.
2 years ago only. She was super old. She lived a very long time in Stowe. Ryan, eBay has been very spotty. Some $400 days and 100 items sold some $30 days. Biff Buffo says, I modeled my low SP store as an affordable escape during a lousy economy. And that's you're probably very well insulated. Also, art, high-end stuff, very well insulated from a lousy economy. Low SP items, especially nostalgic items, people think about, from their childhood, low ASP so they can afford them and they can get a little retail therapy. Also very good in a lousy economy. Although I'm not sure the economy is lousy. It's just different. And I'm sure, and some people get hit with that. So for some people it is lousy, but I think it's not as lousy as it is. I think the economy is super, super awesome to a smaller chunk of people. Wealthy people are definitely getting wealthier in this economy. That is a true statement, which I am not in. But I know it for a fact because I do have some rich friends, and they don't give me any money. And I'm like, why don't you just give me some of that extra money you've been making? And they're like, why don't you shut up? Why don't you shut your stupid mouth? They say to me. Roman, I only promote my listings on OnlyFans. That's where my feet go. Uh-oh. What did I do? Big. Where's the rim shot? I think I didn't transfer rim shot over here. Now I can't do a proper rim shot.
That's where your feet go.
Yeah. I found it. It's not blue, though. It's purple. It shouldn't be purple. It should be blue. Don't you know what color rim shot's supposed to be? Blue. Oh, my goodness. I get so defeated when I can't keep up with the chat. Basket nudes. James, a bounded AI be like you and me entering data, this coach purse, etc. Generative AI is going out over the net to get the data, then it's bringing its bounded AI, hence glitches. And it has to, so if you use Google's visual search function, put in a tiki, for instance. Just look up tiki and then put that into the it's generating a search by searching thousands of images and then bringing back images it says are close to it. You won't get any of the same images because its tikis look like other tikis, but you're not getting the exact tiki. You're getting other similar tikis, which to me is fuzzy logic. That's not good for anything. It's good for some things, I suppose, but it's not. If I'm looking for a very specific thing, I want the very specific thing, not some fuzzy stuff. So there. With rare collectibles, are there any people with deep pockets proved by me clearing nearly 1,300 pounds? That's more than dollars. Tuesday last week. It's just visibility that glitch is killing us. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, no, visibility is the thingy thing. So you got to do what you can to get around it. I'm finding great results currently. Nuclear reset every single day, entire store. Can't do it everywhere in the world, but in the U.S. you can. 2,000 item store or less. Relisting everything every single day, and we're I wouldn't say we're killing it. We're like stabbing it with like a plastic knife. So we're like, we're doing the motions of murder, but nothing's dying. So we're not killing it, but we're shanking it with a plastic knife, which is something. It's moving in the right direction. We're trying to murder, but eventually we'll kill it. I hope. I want to kill it. Dendicor, if gas stays high the whole summer, I'd worry. It's kind of weird in PA. Gas has gone up, but diesel is flat. Well, I don't really look at the gas number. So if it's in the $3 range, if it doesn't go over $4, we're cool. If it goes below $3, we're in heaven. But we live in a kind of a little more of an expensive gas state here in Vermont. It doesn't seem to go below $3. Actually, no, over at Costco, maybe we're seeing high 280s. But that's the best we can get. And in the South, they always seem to have real cheap gas for some reason. Maybe they're processing it down there. Carl says, I'm currently leaving the promoted listing matrix. Fingers crossed I can get out with minimal damage to sales. I think you can, Carl, but you're in a different, I shouldn't say that because you're in a different ecosphere being in England. I'm not sure how they run that. It is different than the U.S. site. They don't give you as many free listings. There's differences. So, but in general, within 3 weeks to a month, you should sort of be out of the cycle. Now, there's something to be said for the idea that it could be 90-day cycles. I'm curious about that. I have been curious about that. Do you need to wait till the next 30-day period? 90-day period, or is it just 30 days? It's one or the other. I do believe you'll notice a difference after 30 days. You should for sure. And in fact, I know Darth Trader, who's the most recent person Darth Thrifter, Darth Trader. That's sort of leading over into the tiki stuff. Everybody's trader over there. So Darth Darth Thrifter had about 2 weeks where he thought maybe he was getting punched in the guts, and then it came back. So that's nice. Okay, guys.
Also doing the reset.
And he does reset. He does nuclear reset. Yeah, every day. And Motorcycle Dork saying he's at 40% with his tremendous load of promoted listings at 28% in some cases. And then to 12%, that's 40%. And he's sending out offers of 5 to 10%. Now, that's a lot. It's a lot. It's 50%. But I don't know what he's got wrapped up in the things. I'm sure he had to buy the stuff. But at the same time, it's got to go. It's got to go. So that's his story. And he's got to do it. And I think that's, I think it helps him to make that stuff move. So whatever it takes. Roman said, I tried to keep the ball rolling, but it rolled away from me and I still can't find it. Oh, Roman. He's batting a little ball around. Just picture that. Dork, hope you can raise your prices. Yeah, I think again, get that ball rolling as we're talking about, and then scale back on that promoted listings. That's what I would do personally. Boop boop boo boo. Let's see. I'm just going down. I'm trying to find some. Talk about getting some traction. Basket Noodle says, I guess someone I guess read someplace. Shein has a marketplace now welcoming U.S. brands. I don't know about third-party sellers. Maybe that's weird. Shein. Now, if you don't like Shein, you need to blame Spam Banshee. She single-handedly supported Shein at the beginning of the pandemic. Before she knew it was inherently evil, she spent like $200 and a truck, like 17 pallets on a Mack truck pulled down our street, and they had to get a forklift off. $200. She got 4,000 pairs of socks. She got 97,000 pairs of sunglasses.
That's it. It was just
Socks and sunglasses for $200. She got hundreds of items for $200. She's sad about it, and she makes penance every day for the rest of her life, probably.
I do.
She really hates herself for doing that.
I deleted the app.
She deleted the app. And the funny thing is, and this is the telling part of it, the socks never got used. The sunglasses never got worn. I found the secret stash of socks, all still in their little plastic, children inserted plastic packaging. And there's hundreds of socks. I'm telling you, there's hundreds of pairs of socks, and they're all like secretly in this one area that she never wears them. So I'm just telling you, it's all evil. It's like they have their own McDonald's chemtrails. They infect your brain, and then they make you buy socks, and then you never wear them. And then where did all the left socks go? That's what we have to wonder.
But that's what they're saying with Shein and Temu. That's how eBay will compete, is that eBay will be focusing on vintage.
Yeah, eBay will be focusing on vintage.
eBay needs to, and
yes,
is starting to focus back to its roots to compete with Shein and Temu.
I sure hope so, that they're going to compete. Because, yeah, we don't need new stuff. New stuff is for new stuff sellers. Okay, so this thing just jumped all over the place, so I don't know where I was. Boo, 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 boo. Patricia, they should eat the refund since it's an error.
Yeah, you're right around there.
Okay, buyers are also suspicious. It's a seller scam despite eBay mailing them. Yeah, it's interesting that it was an email and it didn't come through the message board. I'm just saying that even though I don't totally know what you're talking about. But I think you're talking about, actually, both of those emails came through. They came through email, did not show up in the messages.
Yes.
They did?
The USPS
Yep.
automated calculated is in our message.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, somehow we missed it because I went to go look for it just to see if it was real. And I was like,
Oh, I did, because somebody asked, make sure it's real. And so
oh,
I
okay.
checked our messages and it
So it
wasn't.
is real. So never mind. Never mind. Can we?
Oh yeah.
Can
Major win.
Can we revisit the address issue? We've seen some chatter, but it hasn't hit us yet. What's going on? Oh, I don't know it exactly. It looks like Josh was here, and he may have actually had it happen. But I don't know because I didn't get to talk to him because I'm lame at keeping up with the chat. But they were something something was changed maybe, and I don't know how it works, but people have changed their addresses over time. Somehow there were reports of addresses reverting to the first address buyers addresses, send to address, reverting to the first address they ever put on eBay.
And it's not just buyers.
Just
Kath.
Just Kath. Aloha, Just Kath. Yeah.
She has said yes. She as a buyer.
Apparently, she said as a buyer,
Her address was changed on several of her listings.
her address was changed.
On her own
I don't know why. I don't know why this would happen, but it can happen. Messes can happen, and so let's say that this happened, and then you shipped out the item. These items got canceled in mid-route, and why would that happen? And again, I don't see how that helps anybody, but maybe it does in a way that I don't know about. And it must help eBay somehow to cancel them. But supposedly they're going to keep the buyer whole and keep the seller whole, and just eat it, which they should. Adoy, because if it is their problem, if it is a technology problem, that's their service that we are paying for through store fees, through final value fees, etc. I'm going to drink some more water because of me. Okay, I see. Let's see. Carl said, I can't, my second account is just over a year old. Sorry, I can't follow this exactly. I wanted to jump in there, but I don't know what's being said. Now, let's say new algos are being deployed, ruining new data constructs against the databases. They might sound glue. Yes, right. Yes. Yeah. I mean, it is very difficult to hook up new and old stuff. I mean, it's much easier just to rewrite the whole thing, which is what most people do. Paul Rose, Primo Kimo, often I'll do 19-hour days. Don't recommend. No, I won't do that. Don't promise you. I can't do that because I'll be asleep for at least 6 of those hours. You burn out pretty quickly and get less. Is Major leaving?
No, sorry.
Oh. Not healthy, but necessary sometimes. Yeah, we'll never do that. Paul Rose, thank you. We will never work 19 hours a day on eBay. That's not true. Because if you go, especially sourcing might be a 19-hour day. But as far as listing, we have strict regime to keep ourselves limber. We must watch TV at the end of the night. We must decompress. We probably have to have some birthday cake, or in my case, I'm on a diet, so I get these frozen yogurts that taste like birthday cake. And yeah, we had that beer on Friday. We went crazy. I had nearly 16 ounces of beer on Friday. We were out of control. Jug Trader, aloha! Double smiley face, double Kronos, double thumbs up to you. Thank you. Welcome. Boo, 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 boo. Let's see. Silverhair Stacker Todd. I did, yeah, earlier, but let's do it again. Aloha, Todd. Nice to see you here in green. A beautiful shade of green. Silverhair Stacker Todd says 3 pokey questions. What is the most you would pay for $100 net profit item? So, and this is something I never talk about, but I always think about talking about. And as things progress and you need to source new items, and you can't find the cheap, you're used to paying dirt cheap prices for stuff. Well, those days are long gone in my world, at least. So for a net profit $100 item. No, for a $100 net profit item. So I'm going to tell you net profit, and you take away the 20. Hold on. And then you take away the other thing, and then you add that thing. I'm going to say, my old way to do it would have been a third. Now, it depends on what that net profit thing is. Is it like a Apple computer thing that's going to sell like immediately? Is it something that's going to take weeks to sell? I guess that sort of matters. But, a third could be, and I think this is more practical when it's $1,000 item, and I will easily spend $300 on $1,000 item. So I'm trying to think of how I would do it for $100 item, $25 maybe. I mean, and I'd want more of them though. So again, $300, $400, $500 on $1,000 item. I might even pay that. I probably would pay that. So depends on how much it is. I would go up in how much I would pay for the item, because at $10,000, and this is what I used to do all the time. We would sell chairs for $10,000. We would buy them for $6,000, put $200 into it, and make $2,000. Nope. Yep, that's right. I did the right math on that. So $2,000 on one sale is good. And so the $10,000 chairs were always sort of that move. And those were Papa Bear chairs by Hans Wegner. You can look those up. They're still worth. In fact, now I think they're worth about $20,000. Because this was 10 plus years ago. Okay, China, read Roman separates motor vehicles in Texas. Anytime Todd told me that I have to move to Papua New Guinea and look for someone's uncle there. Papua New Guinea that's an awesome tiki place, and we have lots of art, lots of New Guinea art from there. Bruce Hornsby, we finally made it to That's Just the Way It Is. There's something about that song that I just like. It reminds me of a weird time in music. Plus, I think the Dead played this song sometimes. Bruce Hornsby. Did Bruce Hornsby? Yeah, he did play piano for the Dead, I think, a little bit. Bruce in the Range. Yes, Flippin' Sports Guy says the day Roman has a good show is the day I start watching again. Aw, come on. He's got a great show. There's a lot of talking and action. It's very verbose, I think that's what we offer here too. A lot of talking. Let's see. Also, Mandolin Rain is a good song. I don't want to get crazy on the Bruce Hornsby, but I'll look that up too. I love taking actual suggestions from the chat and actually doing them. Like one of the best ones is Biff Boffo's Over the Edge movie. Everybody should have seen that by now. It's free on YouTube if you haven't seen it. Wait, I'm still trying to write it. Mandolin Rain. Mandolin. I think I was writing Mandalorian. Mandolin Rain. We're going to go listen to that after this show, which has got 27 minutes left. 67 degrees, 27.
How far behind
are you? I'm at 207. There's no way to catch up, sweetie.
You have to.
There's no way to catch up.
That is your mission. You have to.
I think Junk Trader is Anissa.
Yes.
Junk. So I'm writing that down so we can call you Anissa sometimes. Thank you for joining us, Anissa. Trader. Okay. Let's see. Roman can be okay. Basket Noodles talking to eBay Life. I've been barking at eBay management for a while about focusing on localization. Facebook Marketplace exists because eBay doesn't. Amy says, anytime I'll be by to watch your content. Awesome. I think eBay servers were eaten by cannibals. Okay, let's jump. That's every business when it comes down to AI now, isn't it? Yes. I'm trying to make up time here. I'm making a little progress. Patricia's saying Jamie sucks, and that is final. Is that your final answer? Yes. Patricia's final answer is Jamie sucks. No, actually, Jamie sucks. I will stick up for him. Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Yes, exactly. I see. It's easier when these are, fresh comments. I can follow it better. April is higher than January. February and March combined for me. April is higher than January, February, and March combined. Okay, so that's what I heard. Okay, that's awesome. But by April, it's picked up. We had a great March too in that particular case. Jumping ahead here. Primo, my Uncle Bob Fletcher repaired all the railings at the Van Trapp house. No way. That's awesome.
Who's saying that?
Amy. It is a small world. I mean, in our little Northeast area is super small. It is funny. And there's a weird connection between Vermont and the Bay Area, too. You just run into Vermont people. Right now, he's somebody that was in my writers group, of all things. He was the VP of sales for Tesla. He moved here, and we were hanging out with Colin Trevorrow, who wrote Jurassic World. He became a kind of a big movie director now, but he lived right up the street over here. And Bernie lives about 3 blocks away. And what? Were you interjecting something?
Oh, no, I was laughing. No.
Okay.
I was laughing at Major Wynn's comment to Patricia.
And Bob Fletcher's, Amy's uncle, is a very talented craftsman, started a woodworking school in Vermont.
Wow.
That's awesome. Paul Rose, can't wait to see my feet. Flipping ain't easy.
Poo-poo platter.
Talking about OnlyFans and then looking at your rim shot. Oh, no.
I know.
I did not get that one. No. No, John. No.
Poo-poo platter.
Poo-poo.
Poo-poo platter.
Let's see.
Jovial
For gas, that is, let's see, I just paid $5.50. Oh yeah, you guys got the big ripoff in California at Costco. And that's cheap. That's a discount at $5.50. I mean, my poor mother, my elderly mother, has to fill up her ancient BMW X5, and she just does not. It's just horrible. I can't believe how much she, because you got the BMW, and she's very, very by the book. So she's got to get the top notch. She probably even buys individual bottles of like fuel conditioner, like she used to have to. But they're very strict about their gas consumption, so she probably has to get the best, and it's the most. Basket Noodles got a Suburban Hungry V8, 8 to 10 miles per gallon. Not pleasant. No, that's why we don't have a Suburban, and we definitely don't have it with the like Magnum PI engine or whatever, which I realize that's for a Ram truck but I'm always curious why people get these huge trucks. And they still get them. People still buy the big, huge F-150s with V8 monster engines in them. Major Wynn's got a Honda Pilot with 350,000 miles. It's a hybrid, burns gas and oil. We call that flex fuel. I can't believe. How do I get so behind?
You can do it. I have faith in you.
I did it, but it was accidental. It just jumped. We'll just do it, right? I'm sorry, everybody, if you
You're fine. Look at 3 Major Wynn smiley faces.
Okay.
Motorcycle. Nope. Down. No. Yeah. Stop.
Okay. Flippin' Sports Bar. That's every. Oh no, I did actually read that one. Nesbit, subscribe to Anytime Picker. Robin has a brand new sub. Anise. I didn't write down her name. It's Anissa, right? I said that right. Anissa, LOL Todd, like Pete, I just listened to hear him talk. Just kidding. I love all the shows. Yeah, it is fun. I listen to Pete because I love to hear him talk. And same with Roman. I like Pete when he gets indignant and he starts yelling at me. That's my favorite part. Roman, I only just got the joke with the cannibal reference. Why the F does he say these things? Because of hilariousness. Rimshot. And the cannibals are now why eBay sales are slow. I think that would give you the charge. Wouldn't that give you a charge up instead of a charge down? Let's see. April. Oh, I already read that. Anytime picker, Paul. That's why I live at the Goodwin Bills for free. You just lay down in the bin itself. Basket Noodles. I have 40 years of coding expertise. Pretty much anything enterprise level is like DNA. Some understood. So every so secret, never see that part of the strand. Whoa, I don't know what that meant at all. Paul Rose says, mine's worn out. It's now all the holes need a new one. It is fun just to... No, now I'm way...
I don't know what you're looking
Nobody knows what I'm doing. Have a Dodge Journey. Dendicor Depot has a Dodge Journey. Motorcycle Dork says premium is $609 at his house. That's just disgusting. I'm disgusted. It's also a mystery. And California's just bad for the gas. You're a Sheehanist, Basket Noodle said. You are a dirty Sheehanist. Let's see. Speaking of socks, Paul Rose says, as bad in the U.S. as here, I've sometimes had them develop a hole in the first. The socks from you've never worn them,
No,
but
the Sheen socks don't last long.
they look like you take them out of the bag and they would just disintegrate. I mean, they're very thin.
The ones that I've worn multiple times, like maybe after 5 times, they get holes.
5 times you need to darn your socks. Like Eleanor Rigby. You know, she darns her socks in the night when nobody's there. That's what you need to do. Okay. Nobody cares. Look at her working. Basket Noodle, I love your butchering the English. Major win. I love butchering the English language. Some weeks back we got takedown from a diner, Stroyo wouldn't close. I told the waitress it was defective. And the face she got, oh my gosh. Defective is a good word, I think. Let's see. Swooning for Sisyphus. Is that an actual song? Patricia says swooning for Sisyphus. Perennial. I resemble that remark. Basket Noodle. Cluster more support. Prep representative. Now I'm just reading stuff totally out of context. Anytime Picker says verbose. Ha 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 ha. No, it went away. Okay. Okay. Yes. I'm on the last page. I made it. And now everybody's just talking to everybody else. Bob's your uncle. Bob's your uncle. Thank you. That's it. Bob's your uncle is a funny saying in England, and also an album by the British band Happy Mondays, which was, I love that little period of time of the Manchester beat. You guys know that Paul Rose was in cowboy boots and having a beer during the Manchester beat times. It was a really cool little period where they had this like rock and roll mixed with electronic music that was kind of like throwback-ish, semi-psychedelic. It was just a fun little, I think it was like very early 90s, maybe late 80s, early 90s. The Manchester beat. And Biff Boffo is a big shot and buys the premium at the pump. I like fine wine. Yes, our car also takes premium, supposed to. It's a German car. It takes premium, and I'm fairly religious about premium, but last year it got a lot of Budweiser to drink, if that's how you look at that. It was drinking Bud. Do I see Stoic was here? Stoic was here, late but fashionably late. At least. I was talking about your apocalyptic end of the world video. That isn't actually that. But it does make you think, and I personally think the economy is fine as long as you're rich or poor. Don't be middle class, because we're screwed. Major Win has a mystery comment. Retracted. Andy So Meta is here with the telescope. I'm not sure what sound effect to use for that. How about a tape gun? If you can't find one, you tape gun. Aloha, Andy So Meta. Junk Trader. My mom would have named me Bob. What the heck? That's funny. My mom, there was a big debacle debate over naming me Jamie, which, quite frankly, I wouldn't have no problem with Jamie, but I am James, and my father's name is James. But I guess there was some conversation about Jamie. Cannibals are on their way to Vermont right now. Oh no, he sent them on their way. Well, I've got James's tape gun over here, and we will just tape them up like a little sarcophagus, like mummies. We'll get them. We're built for that stuff over here. At the end of well, cannibals aren't the same as zombies though, because zombies are stupid, so you can run tape rings around them. But I don't know. Cannibals might be super smart. They just eat people. They don't actually have to be stupid. Yeah, they're not half dead. They might be super smart in eating people. So I don't know. We may not survive. But a lot of movies have Vermont being like sort of the place everybody runs away to get away from the bad guys, including the one with Will Smith, the zombie movie with Will Smith. What was that called? And Bethel, Vermont was the place where all the living people were. Just in case you wonder.
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
Oh wait.
Bah, bah, bah,
Oh,
bah.
wait,
Will Smith,
yeah.
where he's he's the only survivor in New York City. That one.
Yeah.
He has to kill his dog.
They're doing a sequel to it.
Spoiler alert: he kills his dog.
No.
And I hate that part. I always have to fast forward. I can't stand it.
Oh God, it's awful.
Major Win saying 72 watching right now. This was like an hour ago because there's only 62 watching right now. But that is awesome. Thank you very much, everybody who has watched. And I did see it. I saw it pop up to, I think it said 80 at one point. I have like a different counter here, which will show the peak. So it'll show the peak, and then it will show like the average watchers. But yes.
Christian, but everyone hit that thumbs up.
Yeah, everybody hit the thumbs up. Thanks. And subscribe. And we appreciate you doing that. And if you want to, Patricia is a big shot now. Her name is in green because she is a member. And in the membership, you get to see currently now, because we just started memberships about 4 weeks ago. Every week, we'll put out one piece of new thing that isn't like a long conversation like we're having now, where we actually discuss things, but sort of behind the scenes stuff, or like when I was on a reality show, and then I show where the light goes in the map room if you're actually in my version of Raiders of the Lost Ark, and some other stuff. And then we want to do a cool thing where we just have question and answer period. I'm not really sure that's important. I don't know. Just as something other people do. So I was like, well, maybe like on Friday night, we'll just pop on and for an hour and do a question and answer, like after our show. Our show actually ends at 5, and Flipping Ain't Easy isn't on till 6. So maybe we would do that. Just come on for 1 hour, and for just members. That's what encourages people to be members. But if you do become a member, choose whichever support amount you want. You'll get all the same perks. They call them perks.
Oh, we might start offering
Well, she wants to start gouging, but I'm still
No.
like, just give every.
I did not say that.
Yeah, she did. She was like, I'm gonna gouge.
No, I want to start offering
I am legend,
the
Andy
higher
Sameta.
tiers. They can get sound effects.
Oh, right. She wants to say no. Well, I'd still give that to anybody.
Yeah,
If you can give us a good sound effect, we'll put it on the sound effect board. She wants to charge for them.
no.
Look at her. She's gonna charge, man. You know how I am. I'm like down with corporations, brah. We're not doing that. Oh no. Why don't you just go back to your Sheen? Just go back to Sheen, dude.
I want to show appreciation by giving whatever.
Okay, so Major Win says we vote Patricia for moderator of the channel. We'll get her a buzzer for that's what she says. She doesn't want to hear those anymore. She canceled. She has the power, and she canceled my TWSS jokes. I did take them. I just kept doing them over and over, and it does get annoying. I know it does. So does the horn, but nobody's ever even asked me to get rid of the horn. People are like, can't stand the horn? I'll just deal with it. And those are the kind of people I love. There's no darn way I'm darning damn socks, darn it. Biff says, Pills, Thrills, and Bellyaches was the LP, and Bob's Your Uncle was a song on it? That's all? Okay. Sorry. I knew Bob's Your Uncle was happening. I Am Legend, yes. Andy Someta came up with that. And there is going to be a second one. He didn't like it. I've watched both versions. There's 2 versions of I Am Legend. There's a different ending, which I won't kill it for you, but they end totally differently. So in one of them, Will Smith dies, and the other one he doesn't. Oh, whoops. Spoiler alert. What? Ayo Gusto. Ayo Gusto. I Am Legend is the movie. You got it. Yep. And Amy says Jamie was Bob's daughter. How can this be? Patricia's first car was an Opel GL. I mean, you didn't say GL. I assume, don't they just have the one car, an Opel? Those are cute little cars, and those are quite collectible now. I don't think I could fit in one probably, but one of my friends who got a car, it was always fun to see what the first car was in my area. And you could tell how good of parenting the parents were doing. Some kids got a brand new Mercedes 300E. I knew Hartmut, WTF, Hartmut. He went to this was like for really wealthy kids. People from the Mideast send their kids from China everywhere. It's called Woodside Priory in Woodside, imagine that, in California. One kid, Sri Rajneesh something. I can't remember his name. And I don't quote me on this. But his son had 2 Ferraris, 308s, and a black one and a red one. And Hartmut had 2 Mercedes 300Es, a red one and a black one, not to be lame. And Hartmut would put little headrest, like hair nets over his headrests. And every time a new person got into his car, he would put a new headrest protector on it. I don't know what happened to Hartmut. These aren't people I kept up with. The all-lady band Fanny is worth checking out. They were overlooked in the 70s. Fanny. Now, Fanny reminds me, they either had a hard rock aesthetic or long hair hard rock, or they were like the, what's her name? What's the doll series? Not Strawberry Shortcake, but the other one. Who was like blue colors. No. She was like a lame doll for girls in the 70s. And lame. She was like she basically was like this Little House on the Prairie. This old little Holly Hobby. Yeah, was Fanny, do they have a Holly Hobby aesthetic?
Ayo says, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I like turtles.
I also like turtles, obviously. I like turtles. Amy says we're definitely living in a simulation right now. 6x6 says a girl will steal free pizza, will always be a pizza stealing girl, bro. 6x6 knows your story and knows how you're always gonna side with corporate America. You and Sheen. You did.
It was not free.
Oh, did you pay for it? It was free to you because you stole it. Yeah. And it was in a shoe. Whose shoe was that? Whose shoe did it end up in? That's the question. Was it your shoe? Yes, ma'am. I have to keep going. The whip is being cracked. I especially like the Turtles Master Splinter discovered in the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies, Iogusto. I don't especially like the Turtle Master Splinter. I don't remember the movie. I'm sorry. I don't remember it. I know they like pizza, and I also do, so I relate. The Opel GT was a good car, apparently. Your eBay sales and views are all controlled by algorithm. Oh, Nash is here. Look at that. Joining alive. I think Nash and Basket Noodle, we should square them off for a tech battle of knowledge. Your eBay sales are controlled by the algorithm of your eBay obedience score and your promoted listing tithing duties. That's awesome. You must tithe and you must be obedient. The EOS, eBay obedience score. Yes. See, he laughed because you guys, Biff Boffo and I are very crossing the streams. You guys are crossing the streams. That's my determination. Paul Rose probably shouldn't have answered poor to a lot of the questions. Well, that's why they just went, okay, you're over. And then if any of you watched Josh Galt's last show, it was a rainy day here, and we were listening to him talk about the eBay experience, where he had the tickets and he was going to go, but he couldn't get childcare got in the way of it, and then he wanted to join the small business thing that Amy is a part of here. And they just dropped him like a hot potato because they looked at his social media.
I think that's what he said.
You think that's what he said, or is that what he said?
He either thinks it was
Implied that,
they
or
looked at his social media, or maybe they said they looked at his social media, but he said something about it being related to his social media.
so it could have been. It could have been. Because even if, and they're not going to look at me and go, I'm pro eBay, even though I'm totally pro eBay. We are trying to show light on the scary stuff. Because it is scary, our eBay obedience score and our tithing duties. eBay is essentially, it's either Skynet or it's Handmaid's Tale. You choose. It ain't good. Biff. Okay, so then the what do you call that? The peanut gallery, the peanut gallery came in with different 70s gem, Cabbage Patch, Raggedy Ann. Fanny was more badass, so they were more hard rock girls. I think I must have seen. I feel like I've seen records have come. I like Fanny. Paul Rose is saying so. Fanny is just a positive thing, no matter what. Fanny and Alexander, that was a movie from the olden days. Raphael was the best. Oh, Raphael, that's from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Amy came in with Rainbow Bright.
Yeah.
And Paul Rose says, yes, that is what Josh said in his video, that they saw they saw him. And we're fading fast. We only have 56 viewers now because that's usually always what happens. Because, how can you guys listen for 2 hours? How can I talk for 2 hours? That's more the shock, but I super appreciate you guys joining us. We both do, don't we? Are you going to get a dress like Poor Things? Get one of those puff
Oh yeah,
puff shoulders dress.
I know. I should puff the sleeves up.
It should. It totally almost looks like that. We could just put some lacy material and make the puffs.
Tulle.
What's that?
Tulle.
Tulle it's called?
Tulle.
Tulle. Is that like that's a brand of
Right,
bike racks or
Patricia?
something?
It's Tulle.
What is Patricia, is it Tulle if she's around and able to respond? The shoulder puffs, the material to make the shoulder puffs.
Cram it in there.
Talk while I drive. So Patricia is available. Is it Tulle? The material to make the puff sleeves from Poor Things?
Well, that's
If you know that.
in, like tutus and stuff.
Tutus. Is it tutu material? And Ryan is actually two different things. J-Ride lost his top-rated status and got a 5% penalty fee because UPS lost a few of his packages. J-Ride says, I'll take 100% of blame. Why is he terrified of blaming eBay? And it's his fault. I know how to deal with that. And this is the kind of stuff that when I said, because J-Ride has come on here, we've had very few words, but I definitely said to him, I will enjoy watching you mature as a reseller because you can't jump into this game and know everything that's going on. There's no possible way. He's doing the right things for a beginner, but then he's going to run into stuff like this where he didn't realize he's supposed to go in there. He said he listened to eBay and eBay said to put the every day update the tracking number. I obviously watch his videos and I saw that and I'm like, no, that's not what I would get from that. I would get that you need to put in the tracking number. First of all, I use eBay to ship out all my packages. I don't go to pirate ship or anything else because I know that's one less thing to get in the way. The cogs of the gears. You see?
But eBay said that they were tracking all the right stuff with USPS and were going to be.
If that turns out to be, then he should be blaming eBay. But I don't think that's going to end up being what this is. That's why he's taking 100% of it because he didn't do something right. That was what I got from it. And that's how I feel about my eBay account too. Yes, they're effing with the EOS, the eBay obedience score and the tithing duty score are PLTD for short. But I do think that most everything can be tracked down to human error, my human error, generally. Not always, but, or I need to switch up the things. I need to pivot. I'm not pivoting, whatever. I always like to think that there's something I can do about it. Okay, so we're going to go now. Biff Boffo says, why am I terrified of J-Ride? It's something, it's something, I don't know why. I don't know why either, but I kind of feel the same way. There's nothing terrifying about him. No. Nothing at all. But I just get that sense like I don't totally always know how to respond because not everything is jiving with me and I don't know how to respond to it. And I don't know the attitude that, that you know everything when you've just started. That's all. I mean, it's not bad. It's just what I think. So you have to start somewhere. He's documenting it from the beginning. He's also a YouTuber and he's documenting that. He's using eBay as a business to do YouTube from. That is my very closely held belief. I am an eBayer that wants to be a YouTuber for sure. So I follow him for some of his tips and tricks on YouTube as well. So definitely think he's a good person for beginners. I do. Advanced eBaying is a different story. Okay, we are going to go now. Andy says that felt like you're talking about the bike brand.
Right, THULA, but no.
Oh, right. Okay. That's Velt. You're talking about the Dead Mouse song Velt. Tool, Spam says Tool is netting. That's what I'm thinking of. Nesbitt says, yes, that is tutu material. Brightline, Nash has said, J-Ride has come from Vault 31 in Utah. Mormon chamber number. Is that Fallout? Fallout's supposedly really good. We got to watch that show. Put that on the list. Okay, we're going to go and we're going to end with the song that everyone can't feel bad to. It's time to get things started. It's time to get things started. It's time to light the lights. Why won't you get things started, eBay? Andy Petta's playing some word salad. That's what he's doing. Why won't you get things started? Come on. Now, what am I going to play at the end of this? Thank you guys for joining us. Hope you have a great week of sales. Happy sales to you. We'll see you on Wednesday at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, you've got to help us, Doc. We've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas.